Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin and today what I'm going to be bringing to you guys is a video on how you can make daily organic money in New World. And now what do I mean by organic money? This is going to be gold that you can get in the game daily that doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to be related to trading, particularly, at the moment if you're watching this at the time of uploading, sensitive subject, so we'll skip past it. But obviously with trading posts closed at the moment, trading in general closed, these are going to be more important than ever, and these are going to be able to help you keep up with taxes on your properties. They're going to be able to help you keep up with buying things when you can again, what you actually need to buy, and of course leveling up some of those more expensive professions. I'm looking at you, furnishing, those sort of things are going to be a lot easier with this. So without further ado, we're going to jump into it. Before we get fully into today's video, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you go down below, press that big red subscribe button, join the YouTube family here. We'd love to have you. It'd be amazing to have you guys support there. And if you do go on to enjoy today's video, don't forget to drop a like on it as well, as it really does help me out. And without further ado, let's hop into the first point here. So this is actually going to be at your faction representative. So you can see here for me, I am in Covenant. If I click on open faction board, in the top left corner you guys will be able to see this says daily bonuses available. Now what this means is 3 times a day you will get roughly a 10 times increase to the rewards of the quests that you complete. So obviously I'm in Ever 4 right now. These are kind of low level quests. Starstone Barrows, for example, at level 60 would be quite easy to do, but if we have a look at this, it would get me 19.50 gold or 19.5 gold. That is then times by 10, meaning that I would get 195 gold for completing that one, which is very easy. Now again, going along, these ones would be slightly less, so 7.8 would only be 78 and 7.94 would only be 79.4, but you guys get the idea. It's times by 10. So when you are looking to do this, if you are level 60, absolutely, if you are in the leveling stages, do whichever ones are relative to you, whichever ones give the most. Generally the elites and the expedition quests for your level will be the best ones for money, and this goes across the board whether you're 60 plus or you're leveling. When you are 60 plus, you want to be doing them from either Reekwater or Eden's Grove, or indeed Shattered Mountains as well. The reason for that is Reekwater has a lot of elite areas, so you've got the elite zone down here and the elite zone up here, the Eternal Pool, and of course Forecastle Drift and the Siren Stand area. And you also have Lazarus Instrumentality, so you can get quests for inside of that, which means you get the loot from these zones, or indeed the expeditions and the extra gold, and these give you upwards of 22.50 to around 27 gold, so all in all being around about 220 gold to around 250 gold per quest, which is really good. Same up here in Eden's Grove again. You've got Garden of Genesis, which is just up here in the top left, and you've also got Malevolence, which is kind of the elite zone there. Both of those are really good. And of course Shattered Mountains, you've got an abundance of elite zones which you can get quests for, again all given around 250 to 270 gold if they are one of those first 3 per day. It does take 24 hours to reset once you've completed those 3, so bear that in mind. You'll only be able to do this 3 times once every 24 hours, but please do remember to make sure you're doing them every day. It's essentially a free 700 to 800 gold per day just off doing things that you're probably already doing, especially the elite zone ones, probably the expeditions if you're 60 plus, so you may as well get them done as you're going along. You can also re-roll them, just cancel them and get a new one, and that won't count as a daily roll. It will just say you haven't done the quest, pick up a new one. So if you've got an expedition that you haven't got a key for, re-roll it to an elite zone. Is absolutely cool. The next thing here then, we're going to be looking at Outpost Rush. Now this is a bit of a rogue shout. Again, you do have to be level 60 for this one, but this is really good in terms of consistent gold and of course Azoth. Now for those of you that don't know, you can enter this as a solo player or in a group of up to 5 players, and what it is a 20v20 domination style match. And basically, it's a great chance to practice your PvP skills. It's a great chance to hone in on some of those tactics. But on top of that, you're getting between 250 and 360 gold per match. You can get a little bit less, and it depends where you place on the scoreboard. So winning or losing doesn't really matter in terms of gold income. I've lost and gained 360 when I've been in the top 3. And I've also won and gained just 220 when I've been in the bottom 3 as well, when I've not really been on top of my form. There is a few off days. So there is the opportunity there to get a lot of money out of this, even if you're losing games, and these can be very quick, 10 to 15 minutes if one side overpowers the other. If it's an even split, you're probably looking at more of a 25 to 35 minute game. Either way, the maximum is 40 minutes, so it won't be longer than that, but usually you can get 2 or 3 of these games in per hour, meaning roughly, let's say it's an average of 300 gold. You're getting nearly 900 to 1,000 gold per hour, depending how you do in those matches and how quick they actually are. So it can be very good money, and it's certainly worth doing. It's consistent. It's not something you have to have any requirements other than level 60, and you can continuously run these back as long as there's people in the queue. On top of that as well, as you guys will see from my inventory, you get a lot of Azov. I used all of my Azov about a couple of hours before recording this, hopped into some Outpost Rush, and I'm now back up to nearly 700 Azov. Very, very easy to do. I've been spending a lot of money, obviously not recently, but in general, I've been getting all of my professions up a lot, and I'm still on 4k gold, and I could easily get to 7k by the end of this evening, should I want to do that just off Outpost Rush. It's a really, really strong suggestion. As soon as you hit 60, it's something you should be hitting at least a couple of times per day. Now, the next thing here is going to be wars and invasions. Now, I am aware that, not everybody can get into these, particularly on some servers. Certain companies only let their own company into wars, or indeed even kick people from the invasion that are not from their alliance or even their own company. So it depends where you are and depends on the server. But if you have the opportunity, whether you can get into a random invasion, whether you can get into a random war, or indeed your company has some that you can get into, it's a very easy way to make some gold, Azov, and some good drops as well. And of course, it's a very, very steady increase in gold. It doesn't cost you anything to go in. If you are obviously the attacking company, it costs you to conquer that attack in the first place. So when you lay a siege window down, it costs you money initially, but as an individual player, it costs you nothing to enter, and then you do get a monetary reward for being in the wars. Very, very good, usually between 650 and 850 gold, so somewhere in that region you get a nice chunk depending on whether you win or lose, and that's a really good bit of money for a maximum of a 30-minute game as well. So again, if you can get involved in those, do. Kind of left it further down the list though, because obviously it depends on the server, won't be applicable for everybody. And finally here, another thing, it's kind of a little rogue suggestion, kind of wanted to slip in at the end though. Regardless of what level you are, whichever level you are, whichever zone you're in on the map, the elite zones have a daily chest reset. So once every 24 hours, you are able to loot the elite chests in the elite zones. Now obviously this will help you keep on top of gear score if you're at level 60 plus, or indeed just gearing up in general if you're still leveling. But what you can also get from doing these zones is gold from killing the mobs there. Now also, if you see, as you know, any mob in New World can drop you gold, so this is kind of why it's a little bit of a cheese one at the end here. But if you're going to be doing these every single day, or at least every other day when you're trying to gear up and doing those elite clears for those elite chests anyway, then getting gold from this is kind of a passive extra for doing those, particularly when you get to Reekwater, Ebonskill Reach, Shattered Mountains, Eanes Grove, Great Cleave, etc., where there's an abundance of elite zones. You can see all of them, 5 up there, 2 areas here, 1 down here, you've got another one here, about 4 or 5 over here, a lot basically, and you can do these on a daily rotation or at one kind of area per day, one zone per day, whatever you want to do. But whatever you are doing, you will be getting gold off killing the mobs there. So I thought I'd slip that in at the end as just another way. As you're going along, those elite zones are also good for gold. Not all about the trading, just killing the mobs, if nothing else, which is also really, really cool. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful and informative. If you have, like I said at the beginning of the video, please do leave me a like on it down below, as it really, really does help me out. If you've got any suggestions that I have missed in today's video where you can make some really, really good money, where you can get some really good passive income organically from the game, or from trading tactics, whatever you do to make money, let us know in the comments below. It'd be awesome to have some of your guys' input on how you're making gold right now in New World. Other than that, guys, if you are new to the channel, like I said at the beginning, make sure you do drop a subscribe. I do upload every single day, so get that notification bell on so you don't miss out on any of that. Other than that, guys, that's going to be it for today, so thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your time, take care, and peace.